Now I am going to discuss about topic respiratory system in human. The human have well developed respiratory system. It consists of nostril, nasal cavity, pharynx and larynx. Trachea, bronchi and lungs. Lungs. The human respiratory system begins from the nose and nose have two holes in it which are called nostrils. This is the diagram of human respiratory system. Nasal passage. This is a passage in the nose behind the nostrils which is called nasal passage. The nasal passage is lined with fine hair and mucus. When air passes through the nasal passage, the dust particles and their impurities present in it are trapped by nasal hair and mucus and clean air gas into the lungs. हम जब नाक से श्वसन करते हैं तो नाक में कुछ बाल होते हैं, उसका काम है कि हवा के साथ जो भी डस्ट पार्टिकल्स एंट्री ले रहे हैं उनको म्यूकस के सहारे रोकना, ताकि शुद्ध हवा ही लंग्स के पास, फेफड़ों के पास पहुंच सके. Pharynx and larynx, the part of throat between the mouth and windpipe is called pharynx. Pharynx opens into larynx. Trachea, the trachea is a tube like made up of cartilaginous ring. It is about 10 to 12 centimeter long. Please concentrate. It is about 10 to 12 centimeter long. Because of cartilaginous ring, it does not collapse even when there is no air in it. Bronchi, the trachea run down the neck and divide into two smaller tubes called bronchi. The two bronchi are connected to the two lungs. Now lungs, the two bronchi are connected to the two lungs. The lungs lie in the chest cavity or thoracic cavity. The lungs are covered by two thin membrane called pleura. Each bronchi divides in the lungs to form a large number of a still smaller tube called bronchiole. The smallest bronchiole have teeny air sac at their end called alveoli. Alveoli is the place where gases exchange occur. Now we discuss about diaphragm. The thorax separated from abdomen by muscular diaphragm. Mechanism of breathing. There are two steps of breathing. Breathing in means inspiration and breathing out means expiration. Inspiration, when we breathe in air, diaphragm contract and becomes flat. Ribs move upward and outward. Increase the volume of thoracic cavity. The air pressure in lungs decreases. Air from outside rushes, pushes into the lungs. This is the diagram of inspiration and exhalation. Expiration. When we breathe out in air, diaphragm relaxes and becomes dome-shaped. The rib cage moves inward and downward. Volume of thoracic cavity decreases. The air pressure in lungs increases. Push the air from the lungs into the trachea, nostrils and out of the body into air. Transportation in human beings. The main transport medium of higher animals including human beings is blood. And the composition of blood is made up of two main components. First plasma and second one is blood cells. RBC, red blood cells, WBC, white blood corpuscles or white blood cells and platelets. Plasma. The liquid part of blood is called plasma. It is colorless, contains about 90% of water. Plasma also contains dissolved substance such as protein, digested food, common salt, waste product, hormones, etc. RBC. RBC are circular in shape. RBC, red blood cell, do not have nuclei. RBC are red in color due to presence of a red pigment called hemoglobin inside them. The formation of RBC in our bone marrow. White blood cells are either spherical in shape or irregular in shape. They contain nucleus, and nucleus is different in different types of WBCs. WBC are called soldier of the body because it protects us from foreign germs particles which enter in our body. WBC fights infection and protects us from diseases. Platelets are the teeny fragments of special cells formed in the bone marrow. Platelets helps in the coagulation of blood in the cut or wound. Note, all the blood cells are made in the bone marrow from the cell called stem cells. Now again, concentrate please. All the blood cells are made in the bone marrow from the cells called stem cells. Function of blood. The important function of blood as follows. Blood carries oxygen from the lungs to different parts of the body. Blood carries carbon dioxide from the body cells to the lungs of the breathing out. Blood carries hormones, minerals and ions, etc. Blood protects the body from diseases. Blood regulates the body temperature. And blood also carries excretory products such as urea and urine. Transport in human. The main transport system in human beings is the blood circulatory system. It is consists of three main parts: a pulmonary organ, the pumping organ called heart, the blood vessels, the transport medium is blood. The heart is most important part of the circulatory system. हमारे circulatory system का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण अंग है हमारा हृदय, हार्ट, जो कि हमारे दोनों चेस्ट के बीच होता है, दोनों लंग्स के बीच चेस्ट में होता है ये. द हार्ट इज हाईली रफली ट्रायंगुलर इन शेप, यह त्रिकोणीय आकार का होता है. द हार्ट इज कवर्ड विथ अ प्रोटेक्टिव शीथ कॉल्ड पेरिकार्डियम. इट इज मेड ऑफ a special muscle called cardiac muscle. The heart has 4 chambers inside in it. This is the diagram of our heart. The upper 2 chambers of heart are called atria, singular atrium, and the lower 2 chambers of heart are called ventricles. The chambers of the heart are separated by a partition called septum. The septum present between both atria is known as interatrial septum. The septum present between both ventricles is called interventricular septa. Similar, the septum present between atria and ventricle called auricular ventricular septum. The atrium left is connected to the left ventricle through a valve V1. Similarly, the right atrium is connected to the right ventricle through another valve V2. These valves prevent the backflow of blood into atria. Note, the right part of the heart contains always deoxygenated blood and the left part of the heart contains always oxygenated blood. Mechanism of circulation. Circulation of blood in the human body are as follows. When the muscle of all the 4 chambers of the heart are relaxed, the pulmonary brings the oxygenated blood from the lungs into the left atrium of the heart. When the left atrium contracts, the oxygenated blood is pushed into the left ventricle through the valve V1. When the left ventricle contracts, the oxygenated blood is forced into the main vein, main artery called aorta. The main artery carry blood to all the organs of the body like heart, chest, arm, stomach, intestine, liver, kidney, etc. When the oxygenated blood passes through the body, cell utilize it and to form carbon dioxide so that the blood has been deoxygenated. The deoxygenated blood from the body organ enters into the main vein called vena cava. Vena cava carries the deoxygenated blood to right atrium of the heart. When the right atrium contracts, deoxygenated blood pushed into the right ventricle through valve V2. And when right ventricle contracts, the deoxygenated blood is pumped into the lungs through the pulmonary artery. In the lungs, deoxygenated blood releases its carbon dioxide and absorbs fresh oxygen from the air, so blood becomes oxygenated again. The oxygenated blood is again sent to the left atrium of heart by pulmonary vein for circulation in the body. A circulatory system in which the blood travels twice through the heart in one complete cycle of the body is called double circulation. Pathway of blood: pulmonary circulation, systematic circulation. In pulmonary circulation, heart, then lungs, then again heart. But in case of systematic circulation, blood goes heart to the body tissue and then again to the heart. Now, heartbeat. One complete contraction and relaxation of the heart is called heartbeat. The heart usually beat about 70 to 72 times in a minute. A stethoscope magnifies the sound of heartbeats. Blood pressure. The pressure at which blood is pumped around the body by the heart is called blood pressure. Systolic pressure is equals to 120 mmHg. Diastolic pressure is equal to 80 mmHg. This is usually written as 120 by 80. Blood pressure is measured by using an instrument called a sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer. Blood vessels. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries. Oxygenated blood is pumped by muscular heart. It flows through artery. Arteries are thick and elastic wall. Artery branches out into arterioles and then capillaries. Vein. Deoxygenated blood is carried by vein from blood tissue to heart. Veins are thin-walled. Their lumen is far greater than artery. Capillary. The capillary are thin-walled and extremely narrow tube or blood vessels which connect artery to veins. Thus, the capillaries are in between the arteries and veins. The exchange of various materials like O2, food, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. between the blood and the body cells takes place through the capillaries. Now, comparison between three blood vessels: artery, vein, capillary. Artery thick-walled, vein thin-walled, capillary thin-walled. Artery carries blood from the heart to other parts of the body. In the case of vein, carries blood from different organs to the heart. Capillaries are involved in the exchange of food materials, respiratory gases, and body waste. In case of artery, situated deeper under the skin. Vein, situated just under the skin. Capillary occurs at the terminal of artery and vein. Lymphatic system. Lymph is another medium of circulation in the human body. Lymph flows in only one direction from the body tissue to the heart. Lymph contains a spherical type of white blood cells called lymphocyte, which helps in fighting infection and disease. Lymph is equal to blood minus RBC plus WBC plus some proteins. Difference between blood and lymph. Blood red in color, lymph it is colorless. Blood red blood cells are present. Lymph red blood cells are not present, means absent. Platelets are present in blood, but platelets are absent in lymph. Blood flows both direction, tissue to heart or heart to tissue, but in lymph flows only one direction, tissue to heart. Function of lymph. Lymph take part in the nutritive process of the body. It carries digested food, fat for the nutritive process. Some large proteins are transported by lymph. Lymph protects the body by killing the germs. Lymph helps in removing the waste product like fragment of dead cells.